The topic of others and relationships seems to come up quite a bit. It's understandable. And there has been reference in the responses to this moment, a period of time. And all discussions of periods of time, or even phases or stations within awakening, they're all illusory. But these concessions are made so that conversations can happen. Conversations about non-duality are a concession in and of themselves. There has to be this dualistic element when talking. But there's this phase that I call like the save the world phase. So it's hi, I get it, and then this telling others. And there's been a talk called "Go Tell Others," and I won't reference that here. But there's this interest from love to share the good news, and yet that is just still the programs running. That's still some mind stuff, some mind activity, in an effort to assist, in an effort to share. I had a conversation last week I had some amazing conversations last week, and there was a talk of loneliness, of being alone, not being able to speak out and talk to these people that have been in this life, of this unit, of this character, in the same way. And that's an understandable thing, and that's actually why these talks even started. But there's no need or interest to convince or convert anyone about this. That's why there's no, hey, if you like what I got going on, click like and subscribe and hit the bell and all that stuff. It's not, it doesn't even matter that people do that. But this isn't an exercise in philosophical debate. There's, it's been mentioned before, there's a version of almost apparent non-duality bullying going on social media. I guess all bullying happens on social media, but someone is of some religious faith, and they say, I believe that I'm going to heaven and blah blah blah, and someone comes in and be like, you're not real, or whatever. I mean, there's a part of it that's kind of funny, but it's wholly unnecessary. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything, period, but it doesn't do anything for the non-dual bully that's doing it, other than reinforce some element of spiritual ego, reinforce ego. I mean, non-duality doesn't really have anything to do with spirituality, but there is that flavor in it. There can be, and that's fine too. But any finger pointing that's saying the thing that you're doing is wrong because it's all one thing, that's not it either. And yet it is it. I mean, this is all it. But it's, I guess, if you could look at it in the context of understanding and awareness, that's not it, to be able to point at someone else's karma, their movement, their actions, as it is that they're navigating as consciousness in this energetic contraction of a form of a person. Daryl the Christian. Why? I don't know why I chose Daryl. We'll say Dave. Dave the Christian is the infinite. Is the infinite dancing through Dave the Christian that believes in Christianity and believes in the Bible. That's fine. If Dave believes I've been picking on Daves and Roberts, I guess. If Dave believes that reading the Bible he's going to go to heaven, that's fine, because guess what? Dave doesn't exist. So whether you work at convincing him that he's wrong and you are right, it's just this big mess of nonsense. Leave Dave alone. Leave Dave alone. Leave Daryl alone too, and Robert. There's no need to convince or convert. Just be. And what you may find, and by the way, do whatever you want. I don't tell anybody to do anything except for I tell my children in the mornings they need to brush their teeth. And they still do whatever they want. But if the thought arises, I should convince this person, I should share more information, maybe they'll get what it is that I'm feeling, let that be a pointer to look back at where that thought is arising, and look back inside and see that that is just a thought arising from nowhere, and it's just consciousness in this cosmic game of hide and seek, losing itself in the story of you in this attempt to pull others on your side of the table. With strangers and family and friends, that might be easier said than done than with, say, close relationships, loving relationships. But in that case, if that need arises, then again, just use it as the pointer to take a breath and settle into being and find the space. Tony Robbins called this the open secret. Advaita used to be taught in secret. It was not a known thing. And even today, messages that are received here, conversation sessions that I have, there are people that are telling me I'm not talking to my partner about this, and sometimes it feels weird. It totally makes sense. And I think that's where the loneliness can come in. But it's also a really good opportunity to do something like, write, read more, make videos, have these talks, be a part of satsangs, do things to find, other characters to. It's like a non-duality support group almost. Find your local non-duality support group, and you won't have any problems with your partner. Problems still happen, regardless. But it's all part of this dance. It's all part of this amazing miracle, this happening. So, again, do what you want, but if there's any advice I guess to be given here today, it's don't try to convince or convert. Don't try it. Don't, unless that's just your karma. You just are, the character of you is someone that likes to get in these back and forths, and ultimately lose. If that's, that's where you're going to get, because there's no convincing. There's only a coming to. There's only an understanding. And conversations here about this only happen when questions are asked. There is no recruitment aspect to this. There's no attempt to go to try to sneak it into conversations. In fact, socially, for people that know that I talk about this, if someone brings it up, it's weird. I'll actually move away from having that conversation and just go, I guess, more to the shallow, because the base point of understanding to even have the conversation about it takes a little bit of time. And when that base point is there, then conversations can flow. Otherwise, it has been found that it will typically move towards the power of positive thinking, or even the law of attraction, or if the person has religious tendencies, then it will go and move in that direction. Some may find those conversations and the resistance and friction enjoyable, and others don't. So don't attempt to convince or convert, or do. But if a thought is arising, I need to explain to this person what this is. This person would really get something from it. Go back from where you came and look at the source of that interest, the source of that pull to do that. And that's where peace is. Peace isn't found in the convincing of others. Peace isn't found in converting others to anything. It's found through acceptance and allowance and surrender to what is. Go there. Go there.